Whenever you're feeling a bit lost, sit back and say, I'm 80 or 90 years old right now. Am I proud of the life that I've lived? Look back now, just think you're 80. Like, have I done enough? Would you be proud?
Hello everyone, this is Carlos, product manager at Bitfunded. Today here we are with Sheldon The Sniper, directly from the Crypto Banter family. So welcome, Sheldon.
Thank you, sir. How are we doing?
Amazing. Thank you, first of all. Well, thank you very much for being here. Not today, just during the whole week. So thank you very much. We actually appreciate it. So thank you for being here.
Amazing.
Okay?
It's been a fun week.
Yeah.
It's been nice. You guys have all been amazing. The offices are incredible. I like your guys' culture and your vibe.
Thank you.
So that's been really good. And we actually managed to get quite a bit of work done this week. No distractions. So you've helped us a lot to
just focus.
To get a good week of grinding. So feeling good. And the market's looking good as well.
Yeah. And how do you feel in Dubai?
I like it. It's a little bit different this time. I'm usually here for the conferences and the glamour and that. Where this time it was very much business orientated. So we got to see a lot more in the business world.
Yeah, of course.
And this place is pumping. Like, you know, to see people, even in my hotel, we look across and like people are working until like 12 at night, and you know they people are grinding here. They're working really hard. And
I think it's the mindset.
Yeah, and it's not the same in my country. So just to be around that and to see that, like, it's nice to see the hunger, and you know, people are really pushing hard for their futures, and it's good to see.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I've traveled a lot this year, and you don't see that much. Like, people are complaining and they're not happy with life. Where here people are grinding. So it's a very especially business-wise, very inspiring here. If
we went back like 10 years before, do you imagine living all of this, like making shows, like living in Dubai, being in Dubai, working, making shows, like what?
10 years, definitely not. No, definitely not. I did always want to, you know, maybe run a business or do these sort of things, but no way did I ever think I'd ever be on camera or, you know, teaching or anything like that at all. It's it kind of, you got big dreams coming out of school and you want to go for it, and then you get humbled very quickly. I think like after a year or two, you're like, it's not what they said. You know, it's like it's you know, you don't work for much money. Everything's a struggle. It's very hard, and then I think the big thing from that was I started like. I was lost. I think I was around 20 years old. I was lost. I was like, I don't know what I want to do. And the big thing that I just learned was just a step for step. As long as I kept that dream, like, you just go step by step. So I definitely didn't see any of this. And I definitely wasn't this person 10 years ago. I wasn't able to just talk in front of camera and have this courage. I think these things were built along the way. And I kind of maybe surprised myself. I don't know. Like, they kind of revealed themselves. That we actually have a lot more inside of ourselves than what we think.
Yeah, and how did you get it until this point? What do you think is like the key to take you into this point in your life?
Well, the main thing for me was the surroundings.
Okay.
You know, a lot of people are in small cities and they kind of only know what they've seen. So the moment that I just put myself around a little bit more successful people, I started to like, oh, there's more inside of me, right? And I started to like develop these things, and I started to fall in love with being around. That's why I'm in Dubai right now. I was feeling stuck.
Yeah.
So get out, go get inspired, and come back, right?
Of course,
and it was changing my surroundings and changing the people around me, and you know, finding that inspiration, and that's what made me grow very quickly. So I was stuck in a small city for, I would say, probably about 6 years after school, and I didn't get anywhere. It took me 6 months from out of the city, and I was on YouTube, and this is how this whole journey started. So that's really how fast. So the main thing for me was like, you know, get yourself out there a little bit. If you're not happy or you're stuck somewhere right now, just surround yourself, like, go chase somewhere. You know, you want to be rich, I don't know, go chill with a rich person somewhere in a different way, not at a party.
Yeah.
Go look something like that. You know, if you want to be happy, go look for the happy people. You want healthy, you go look for the healthy people. Like,
that's right. So do you think that was your turning point? Just surround with good people.
Yes, it was obviously when I met Ran from Banter. He was a big inspiration for me to see. You know, he made me think, like, I thought certain numbers were big and they were not big. When I started to see these guys, I'm like, I think way too small. So that was definitely my turning point, was when I finally got out of the small city and finally got out there, and I also had to take the risk. I had to get very uncomfortable. And that was the day that I fell in love with being uncomfortable. Like every day I'm uncomfortable now. Every day I do a live stream, I'm uncomfortable. Every day I living a comfortable life is actually a very sad life, because you never grow, people are comfortable with their routines and things like that. So it was two things, was leaving the city and realizing that uncomfortability is what grows you and what brings out something new in you. And that's what I fall in love with. So whenever I'm stuck now, I'm like, I need to grow, like I need to get uncomfortable, do something different. So those two aspects is what started the journey for me and started growing me. And
I think, I love what you said also, actually, because if you feel uncomfortable, you need to, you keep pushing to keep growing, like in your personal life, in all of the aspects of your life. And I think in that point is also really important, like your psychology, right? Because if you have a good psychology, I think it's like the turning point that will keep you like pushing forward, right?
Yes. Yeah, so, the mind is the power, right? The mind is everything, but the mind is also just, if you're going to keep it in the same routines, it's going to do that,
exactly.
Right? But if you're going to start to test it a little bit and start to see there's a bit more in there, your mind starts to expand pretty quickly, and it starts to produce things quickly, and it starts to heal quicker, and you start to surprise yourself how much pressure you can handle. It starts to it really starts to adapt the moment you start putting it under a bit of pressure. So the comfortability is, it's nice at times, maybe on a quick little holiday, but every day for the rest of that, like you need to be really, growing and getting a little bit more comfortable.
I think have hungry to keep growing your life, in trying to being a better person, like the best version of yourself.
Yes, in all aspects.
Exactly.
Maybe at home, like I'm a dad, also a husband. That for me is very important. And then it's also the business side, and it's also these sides. It's like get uncomfortable in all of these different categories now and then. And to be honest, Einstein says it best. How do you do the same thing every time and get a different result? Like it's never going to happen.
Yeah.
The moment you tweak one thing, may you get up half an hour earlier, may you delay that 1 cup of coffee and drink an extra bottle of water, something will change later that day.
Oof.
That small twist will change something later.
Yeah.
So whenever you're stuck, you just have to tighten one bolt and it will change the whole outcome for the rest of the day.
Okay. And now if we take all of this information, we talk about the markets and about the trading, what do you think is like feeling uncomfortable like with your strategy or like with your trading will help you to keep growing?
So when people hear trading, they automatically think, who can I follow? Who can I give my money to? Right? Zero responsibility and zero thought of like, I need to run my money. I need to become a trader. I need to become an investor. It's more like, where can I put my money? Who can I listen to? Who can I do it? So there's zero, they're going to do it. It's all like they want someone else to do it. So they don't want to take on the responsibility and they don't want to get uncomfortable. Because they inside think maybe they can't do it. And that's the biggest thing. Like, yes, you do need to take your first trade. Yes, you do need to do these things. You as much as you want to you're scared or you're afraid or it looks very overwhelming, the moment you take that first step forward, you're going to realize, I just did that. Okay, maybe a very small step. And you're like, let me try one more. And you start to do it. Okay, and you just take this one step by step. And when you look back, you've done 100 steps. And it starts to become your daily routine. It's the same with school. When you got to grade 1 or the early stuff, it was also uncomfortable. Who's my teacher? Where's the first classroom? Like everything in your life that you have done, you've already done it before. So trading and investing in crypto is the exact same thing.
So you will say it will come with the correct mindset.
Correct mindset, yes. And also, no one is going to change your life but you. So the more you're going to run away from that and wait for someone else to change your life, and wait for any YouTuber or any of this to give you all the information. Now, I do my shows every day to give you my secrets, to show you I'm going to my goal. Are you going to learn from me and try go attempt your goal? Or you're just going to wait, like, what happens when I've stopped YouTube one day? What happens if I'm done? You know what I mean? So people must just take their responsibility and know that it may take them a little bit of time to learn these things. But yes, the mindset of like, they are the ones, they are in power. For themselves, and you never lose that once you got it.
Exactly. Yeah, and if we talk about like a market like this one, like today's market, what do you think should be like the correct mindset to manage all this market like it is right now?
Slow down. Number one thing. It's a fast market.
Yeah.
It's a fast and aggressive market, And it's actually, and when you come in, you think you have to be fast. You think you got to stare at the screens every single day. You think you got to trade a lot. You think you got to do those things. Not actually. It's the opposite. You actually must slow down a lot. Because those that come in fast like this, they get wiped out pretty quickly. They come in hot. I like to talk about crypto as a party. You get the two different people when you get to the party. You get those that get drunk at 7 p.m.
Okay.
The DJ is not even on yet, and that guy's sleeping in the corner there. He's passed out already, right?
Of course, yeah.
And then you get those that can pace themselves and go the whole night.
Until
And they don't make
6 a.m.,
trouble.
yeah.
They can go all the way through and have the best night of their life. So if you're going to come in hot and drink tequila, same way we're trading, take all of your savings and go in. You haven't even learned how to do anything yet. You're going to end up getting drunk. You're going to end up getting carried out of the party, and you're not going to see the rest of the party. Okay? And that's the thing. You are in a life-changing, money change, right? The new money, new digital money.
Yeah.
You can truly change your life with this. But if you're passed out at 7 o'clock, you're not going to see the rest of the party. So slow down. Stop thinking, people think they want to be rich in 7 days. This is their problem. How about you become rich in 12 months? Okay? It's not a long time. But you're giving yourself an realistic approach to this, and you're not putting that pressure on yourself that you have to learn everything in one day.
Yeah.
That's the problem. People come in here and they want to, this meme coin's going,
rush,
this one's driving a Lambo, this one's doing this, I can get rich next week. Like, stop that. Finish. Like, it's not, in 12 months, you can truly change your life. So the moment you do that, just day by day, all you got to do is show up. Very important. You don't have to learn it all at once. Watch your YouTube once a day. Try take one practice trade a day and just show up every day. Be consistent and be disciplined. Step by step, and you will get there very quickly.
Okay, and for example, if I'm new in the market, I'm seeing like everything is going up and I'm a newbie, and I will start like earning because I want to trade, I want to invest in this coin, what would you say to me?
Oh, you just want to go in and...
I just want to go in because I'm a newbie and I'm seeing everyone winning, I'm seeing big profits around the market. So what do you think will be like the best approach for someone who is just starting in the market?
So the way it worked with me was I kind of also had to... I was a newbie, but I was like, I didn't have a choice to make money anywhere else. I kind of was down to my last. I didn't have a job. I didn't have anything. So I kind of had to, and that created a lot of pressure on myself. So I've done the probably the best experience you can of like going all in the beginning and just putting all my money in and just going crazy. So the way I would do it is finding a good, I would say maybe a YouTuber or someone like that you really relate to, you trust. You can everyone's got a gut feeling. When you look at this person, you're like, I like this person. Okay, a lot of people think they must watch 20 YouTubes a day. No, I would choose 1 or 2 people that you like. Okay, then what I would do is from their information, I'd maybe look at some long-term plays where I'd put some money for the long, and I'll take around 5% of my money, and I'll trade every minute. 5%, and I'll trade, because I traded every single hour, every single day, laptop next to every single night. But that was when I was learning, and I used all my money, so I wrecked myself many times. Okay, but the difference is if I never traded so much, I would never be where I am today.
Of course.
So you must trade the market a lot. I don't care if you want to be an investor later or a trader. You need to learn that you have a lot of emotions in you, and you don't know how to control your emotions. So this market teaches you, it exposes your emotions a lot. Okay, it really takes you to another level, and it's you need to get control of your emotions. Once you got control of your emotions, then you start putting real money. Until then, you need to think long term. I'm just starting now. That's cool, but I'm just starting now to change my life in 12 months and to be in this industry for the next 20 years.
Yeah.
Not this pressure of, I'm starting now, I need to be rich next week. Like things don't work like that.
Yeah, I actually have like a funny story of this because when I started in the market around 5 years ago, I used to see, of course, YouTubers. And I saw so many YouTubers that earns thousands of dollars using 100x leverage. So I said, okay, I'm doing the same thing. Okay, so I open a trade, 100x leverage, and what happens?
Wrecked.
Completely wrecked. So that for me was
100x, bro. That's full blast.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking you at the beginning about your turning point, because I think that was my turning point in my crypto career. Okay, because I lose like all my money in that trade, so I was like, what the hell just happened? So until that moment, it was like, okay, I need to really understand how it works. I really need to begin like in my trading career. I need to feel my emotions with just one YouTuber, not see everyone. Okay, and also that's an important point because it's the truth. There are some YouTubers that don't care about your community and just said, use 100x leverage, and it's like crazy.
It's a quick way to make money for influencers and that. So that's why you gotta. It's something that your gut will tell you. You know, when you're looking at a person, we all can read people. Like we can all feel something when you speak to a person. But I see people every day, like, because we obviously got Crypto Banter and there's 6 shows a day. People watch all of them, and I told them, I said, you're crazy. Like, watch 2, and go spend time in the market. You know, the more you're gonna watch other people get successful, you're not. It's like it's on Instagram and watching people on the yachts. You're not gonna get a yacht. Go get to work. Like, look there once, get inspired, put your damn phone down, and go get your ass to work. Get yourself reading books. Like, you have to get yourself going. You know, so people must find 1 or 2 people and get your butt into the markets. Get yourself going. Figure it out. And it's use school fees money that you're willing to learn. You know what's amazing about crypto is whenever you go to any university in the world, right? If you want to study, they charge you $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. In crypto, you can choose how much you want to pay for your education. That's the difference. Right. If you want to take $100 and learn how to trade,
or even free.
Okay, but if you want to take your full life savings and sell your car and learn how to trade, you're going to pay all that money to learn how to trade. So you have the power to pay and choose the amount of money you want for your education. That's powerful, you know, and a lot of people don't realize that. They just want to put all their money in. Yeah, you're going to use all that money to learn, right? Doesn't mean you're going to become rich yet.
Yeah, actually, one thing that I love about it, like your community is like off the camera, we talk a bit. And one of the things I like the most about you is like you really care about your community. You was telling me that you teach them how to trade. Okay, you tell them like, okay, you can open this trade or open this trade, but you also teach them. So I think that's one of like very important points because you actually care about your community. So I will ask you like, what do you think, what will you say to your community to make them like achieve like the sustainability in their trading?
Yeah, like obviously the first thing of me teaching and stuff, it's, you know, teaching is a very powerful tool to get good at something too.
Okay.
You know, so my strategy from day one was I kind of wasn't prepared for the camera and I wasn't prepared to be an influencer at all. I was only like 6 months in trading. I had 0 experience, but I would never back down from the opportunity. And I was like, okay, let me try and do it. And for me, it was, if you want to learn, teach, right? And that was always a big thing for me. So when I'm looking in that camera every day, I'm talking to Sheldon too. I'm not just talking to the community direct, because I know if I can get it right with Sheldon, and Sheldon can have a balanced life and be happy and make money and still be a good person, I know what I'm projecting will be sharing and come across to those people as well, right? And that's, for me, it's like I'm 100% there to teach them and to show them that I was probably dealt, I wouldn't say the worst. People have had worse upbringings than me, definitely, but I wasn't dealt the best cards, you know, when these things happen. I managed to pull through. I dropped out multiple times. I did like I ain't better than no one, right? But I managed to do it, right?
Yeah, of course.
And that's why for me it's so important that it's like, I know everyone out there can do it. I know everyone out there has something special about them, and I just want them to know that they're special, like they have something in them. And the moment you just, like, I thought I was a piece of crap at times in my life. I really did. I was like, I didn't think I had any of these abilities or things like that. But somehow I did, and it just came out. And everyone has that. So I'm there teaching and showing these things. And you want to speak about, you know, that sustainability. The sustainability comes, you know, as you start taking the first steps. And the big thing is not thinking too far ahead.
Okay.
That's what creates sustainability.
Step by
because
step.
Thinking far ahead is what it puts a lot of pressure on yourself, and you become unstable because you put yourself underway too much. And I did this a lot in my journey. I'm so focused on the end goal so much that I kind of buckle and I trip along the way because I'm just putting myself under pressure. And you can ask my team, in the last 2 years, you know, I've collapsed 3 times in the office from burnout. You know, and it's like, and it's just because I'm like putting all this pressure on myself, and that's what's creating me to be unstable. So the step by knowing that vision, you wake up every morning, you know what the big vision is, but after that it's gone. It's like, what can I do today, step by step? And that for me is what creates sustainability. And the second thing is show up. Okay? Be consistent. Okay? Take one step a day, but be consistent at one step a day. Right? And disciplined, and just these little things. And any person or anything that changes your energy around that, move away from it.
Okay, and if we talk about trading, do you think sustainability means open one trade per day?
One trade per day to learn, yes.
Okay.
So like you have a job now and you have an hour lunch break, 100% on that lunch break go take 2 trades. Because you're going to learn something in that day. And if you do that every day, in 3 months' time, you're going to know quite a bit about trading. Because you've taken 1 hour a day to trade, to learn. Of course. In 3 months' time, you'll be very shocked how much you've learned in that time to do that. So yes, definitely. And it's the same thing of watch 1 YouTube a day. Not 40 YouTubes a day, 1 YouTube a day. 40, you're going to put yourself under too much strain, and then you're going to end up hating it later and you're never going to do it again.
Yeah.
But by watching 1 YouTube a day, you're filling your brain with some knowledge, okay, and it becomes sustainable. You know, and that's exactly what it is. It's like, don't take on too much at once. Watch 1 video a day, trade for an hour a day, you know, dip your toes in, and you'll see it. It starts to become a part of your life, you know?
Of course. And like, what do you think will be like the most common mistakes that the traders do during, like, when they begin in the market?
There's many, but the first one is the lotto. They want to try to get rich overnight. That's the number one mistake. Guys, like for me, it took 4 years to be where I am today, and it's like I think after the first year, I started to financially be in a good place. So in a year, I managed to turn that around. But now it's 4 years later, and I get to teach and be on YouTube and do all these sort of things as well. So it's not a long time for when it comes to success. But yes, they try to get rich overnight. They're very impatient, so they use all their money very quickly, and they give up very quickly.
Okay.
That's a very big mistake as well. Like they get burnt once and they run away, you know, and people need to man up a little bit, you know, because those punches, you got a choice. You're either going to lose or you're going to learn, right? That's your choice. If you learn from it, the next time you'll dodge that punch. Okay, but if you're gonna allow it to hit you and get you down and you're gonna run away, you're never going to get past that level in life. And you got to look at life like levels. Level 1, level 2, level 3.
Yeah.
And every level has a punch. Okay, and if you can get punched, you'll get punched on every level. But get punched once. Don't get punched 20 times, you know? And if you get punched 20 times on the one, then you never get past that level.
Yeah, just make the same mistake
just learn
once.
to slip, like, get it once, get through it, and then you keep going.
Mistake, learn.
Where a lot of people in life don't get past level 1.
Yeah.
They do the same thing until they're 60 years old and they can barely retire. And that for me is like, come on, you know, like our lives are worth more than that.
Of course.
We should get to level 10, level 20. People should have the opportunity to travel the world and at least see a few countries, eat different culture, like eat different food. Like you must, you know, when you die one day, you want to have a long CV that you've tried stuff, right? You've done things, you do that. I believe every person deserves that.
Of course.
Okay, but the system is designed for you to not get past level 1. Know that.
That's right.
And the moment that you can accept that, you're like, oh, but I want to get past level 1, right? Like I want to do it, and it's and the biggest thing there is you'll get punched every time on each level, but get punched once, and don't quit. That's a big thing.
So if we talk about trading, just make like the same mistake. Try to make the same mistake once.
Yes,
I mean, just use 100x leverage once, for example.
Yeah, get 100x and get. No, so the difference is there's a few ways you do it. If I go all in with 100x leverage and I get liquidated, yes, do that once. Okay. But then if I go, like, did you know that you can change leverage in a trade?
Of course.
So if you go a 2 to 3x to 4x and over 3 months you build it to 100x, okay, that's a way to trade 100x leverage, right?
Correct.
So people are afraid of 100x, but there's a different way to do it. So you try it once, you get, remember, there's a difference between a small punch and a knockout. Like, if there's that hard punch, like, it didn't work for you, it was a hard punch, but there's different ways to do it. So I wouldn't say try 100x leverage once, get punched, and then move on. I would try multiple different ways to attempt it and to see, do I really like this or not? Does it suit my personality or not? Does my strengths and weaknesses, does it work with this? Does it not? And you'll get to a conclusion after trying multiple times and in different ways. But don't go and try 100x, get wiped. 3 weeks later, get paid, go try 100x again. Like you're literally bumping your head on the same damn branch and the same damn thing, and you're repeating the same thing. You're never going to get past that level.
Of course. And now that we are talking about like newbie traders, do you think a tool like Bitfunded will be helpful for them?
So this is obviously a, for me, it was when I go into Banter, I start to understand like partnerships and, and what this all was. And I never really, obviously when numbers grew, like a lot came my way and I didn't understand it so much.
Of course.
Until I like really understood that, Sheldon, that partners and stuff are there to support your vision. They're there to be, to help. And I think a lot of people know me by now that I'm here to teach, right? I'm here to share my journey. I must have one of the biggest balls on YouTube. And what I mean by that is like, I show my trades. I've tried everything. Like I ain't afraid to do stuff, but I do it once. And if I get smacked hard, right, then
okay.
I get up. I don't quit though.
Exactly.
And I go again. But that's why I'm still here today, and I'm probably one of the top ones there still today because I'm innovating, I'm doing these sort of things. But for me, the vision is very much a big thing, and this is what I liked about Bitfunded itself. The vision, firstly the team, and the culture is really nice. Like, we align, right? Good people. That for me is number one. I can work with good people. Secondly, when it comes to with Bitfunded it's actually probably one of the best tools to use when it comes to learning leverage. Because there's a few things about it. The first thing about it is you've already calculated your losses, right? Which people don't do. They just think about the win. They don't think about the losses at all. Okay, so this is already calculated in there. Plus, there is a reward at the end of the table when you do achieve it. So it gives you something to do. Now, the next thing that's amazing is there's levels to that. The biggest problem with leverage is that people can access it straight away. I like Bitfunded tests you before you can access it.
Exactly.
Because it teaches you that, hey, before you want to get to the big dog accounts, you want to do the bigger things, get through the beginner levels first. I think every leverage account should have testing stations before you get through. Because for me, it's like, that's what's going to make you work and actually learn something before you go out and do something that's a little bit more riskier. So I love that it has that test mode, and I also love that they have a time part to it too. Because this is where it brings out the weakness in traders. Because everyone can make money in one day. But can you be patient and not go back in the market for 4 days after that? That's the question. So like, for example, like Bitfunded, they got a 5-day period, right? When you pass a level.
Correct.
Now, there's a lot of times where you can achieve the first step in the first 2 days. Yeah. But can you have the guts to not ruin it in 3 days? That's where a lot of people will, they already got it, they've made it, but their urges, they have to get back in the market, and that's where they blow themselves up. So it teaches you a very valuable skill, because this will happen with any accounts in your future, that the moment you've made it, you've actually made the money. But something in you is telling me, like you've literally made, like for example, I've just made a money for a Lambo now. Something in my head's telling me, oh, but I want a Bugatti now. Oh, but I want a this. So you've already achieved your goal, but now you're starting to get greedy.
Yeah.
And this, with the time thing, it's teaching you to control that. It's teaching you that you've made it, sit and wait for the next opportunity. And that was my biggest shift that changed my entire trading game. Was I've made it, sit and wait for the opportunity. And you'll see that there'll be an opportunity where the market will come down or to come down hard, and you actually have money to buy it. So those are the big things for me, is the stages with it, the calculated risk, and teaching you time management, which I don't think any traders teach anyone.
Exactly.
They don't teach people time management. Yeah. Risk management, yes, not time management. It's called, you get something called time capitulation. That is probably the most key thing to trading, is the time thing. So it ticks 3 really important boxes if you want to become a leverage trader. So I seriously think it will help you a lot. It will help you not lose too much money, but it will teach you the 2 very valuable skills that you need if you want to be a leverage trader.
Yeah, of course. Actually, those tools were created exactly for that, to train your psychology, like your trading psychology, and actually train you also in your risk management, to help you control your risk management. Because actually, okay, we offer just 5x leverage. We don't offer a 10, 20x leverage. Why? Because we want to control your risk management. We want to focus on those sustainable traders, not in just one trader that, okay, by luck probably can invest in one meme coin and make 100x. No, we want to focus on those sustainable traders that at the end of the day can be profitable month by month. That's why those tools were created, actually.
Exactly.
Just to give you like an advance. Okay. And well, switching a little bit of the topic, for those who are like entering right now in the market, do you think is like the good time to get involved in crypto right now?
So this is obviously, exciting times. Bitcoin's around 100K and stuff as we're shooting this. I think it's the perfect time to start, correct? Is it the perfect time where you're going to make all your money right now? I think you can, I definitely think you can do it, but this is the perfect time to start your journey because I think crypto's the next 10, 20 years, right? So yes, I think it's the perfect time to start right now. Just don't put pressure on yourself that you need to make it all in 1 month. Like you'll make it over a couple of months or a couple of years in crypto, but you'll actually know how you did it. Like again, I never, ever, ever want to go broke again, right? But if I did, I can do it all again. Exactly. And for me, I sleep now, so it wasn't just I became rich by luck. I know how to make money now. I know how to manage money. I know how to do things. But you learn it also. And I know how to have 80,000 people follow me do it too, right? So it's like, when I told you earlier about being uncomfortable, like I'm the king at making myself very uncomfortable, right? Like putting myself under this ridiculous pressure. But yes, today is the perfect time to start.
So what advice will you say to these people?
What, to start with these sort of things? The biggest one, again, number one is don't put too much pressure to make money too quickly. Find yourself a very, reliable YouTube source that fills you with information every day. Take step by step. So like we were saying, if you're working and you got a lunch break, trade in that lunch break once a day, but not to make money yet, to learn, right? Watch a little bit of YouTube once a day. And then the next thing as well is to understand that, you're doing more than just making money as well. You're building a lifetime skill. So take it easy on yourself as well. Like, don't put, that's the thing. People they want to get rich very quickly, but they also put a lot of pressure on themselves as well. Just take it easy, and you do not need a lot of money to make a lot of money in crypto. If you got $10,000 in your damn account, you only need $500 of it to get rich. It's not about how much money you have. There's a funny saying, how do you become a millionaire in crypto? Start as a billionaire, right? And that's it's funny because it's true. Because you think the more money you have and that you bring into crypto, you're going to make more. I started with $400, right? I had to start with $400. And so it doesn't, don't, still be smart. Keep that money outside and use a little bit and learn to grow that little bit, because you're in the most volatile market in the world and you can turn $100 into millions of dollars. Of course you can. So don't use a lot of money is one of my biggest advices with that. Until you really understand it, then you can do a long-term bag. But until then, instead of a lot of money, give yourself more lives. That's one of my biggest things. If you had a $10,000 account now, I would rather give myself 20 $500 lives, where I'd only trade $500 at a time. So that I have lives to survive and to learn and to this and to that. Instead of putting my whole 20,000, get wiped once, sitting in debt, upset with life now, never want to touch crypto again, I hate it, it's a scam, you're setting yourself up for failure. And you don't need to do that. So you don't need a lot of money. That's one of the biggest things for me.
Oh, amazing. Actually, I love it. And last question. I think everyone is expecting this one. How do you expect the crypto market for the next year?
I think the bull is I'm a little bit worried about stock markets. So I think the bull's going to run. I think we're going to have a very aggressive Q1 on altcoins. I think Q2, end of Q2, I do think we're going to have a midterm break of bull markets. So I think we're really going to get to around 70 to 80% of the highs for Bitcoin itself. Then I think there's a mid gap around May. I think the markets are going to tank pretty hard. And then I think Q3 to beginning Q4 is going to be good. I don't know if we're going to get to Q4, but me personally, I think Bitcoin's going to peak between 180 and 220 for this specific cycle.
Okay.
I even think after that, I think the 4-year cycles are going to be gone. I think it will hit the 182 something, and I literally think the next pump will start in about 18 months from there. The markets will still have a bear market, but I don't think we're going to have these long 4-year cycles as much anymore. So I'm thinking, 200, I'd say 180 to 220 by Q3 next year. And then I think that is the temporary top.
Okay.
Yeah.
And before we finish, do you like to add something else?
Guys, for me, it's I'm obviously sitting here today, very grateful. crypto was a massive lifesaver for me. It was a big. I'm forever grateful, and that's why for me, I'll teach for a very long time, and as long as I can, in the space. So for me, it's I just want you to all know that you got it. Doesn't matter who you are, what your upbringing is, doesn't matter where it is. Like, you all have something unique in yourself. And there's something in crypto that will work with you. There's something. Some people make a lot of money staking. Some people make a lot of money in NFTs. Some make a lot of money in memes. There's such a variety in crypto that you can start your journey, but the rules are the same for every single one of them. Start slowly and build your way in, and set yourself up for success. Just know that you got it. Okay. Stop looking at people on social medias. Stop wasting your time envisioning and admiring other people's lives. Start worrying about yours. Stop looking after yours. Start your chapter today. And every day, fuel your brain with a little bit of motivation, and then you go do the rest. Okay? The more you sit there and scroll and TikTok and you see all these amazing things, like, do it for 5 minutes in the morning and then get on it for the rest of the day. Start working your life. You have one damn life. When you die one day, every day, whenever you're feeling a bit lost, sit back and say, I'm 80 or 90 years old right now. Am I proud of the life that I've lived? Look back now. Just think you're 80. Like, have I done enough? Would you be proud right now? And if not, it's motivation to go and to keep thing. And again, find a very good purpose that's going to fuel you every day, and find a good way to fuel your tank. That's a big thing. What fuels your tank? Like, because sometimes you're going to get exhausted, you're going to get tired. What brings you up again? Okay, because a lot of people...
What makes you keep pushing?
Because a lot of people actually don't have the best friends around them. Yeah. It actually sucks from their fuel tank. And they don't. So you need to really feel when you're with people who uplifts you and who puts you down. And pay attention to that. So your fuel tank, so that the moment that you feel that your fuel tank is empty, you know how to recharge it ASAP. I know how to get recharged. I can burn out, or I can have a thing, but I can be recharged in like 3-4 days. I know exactly. That's why we're here in Dubai now, because we needed a business recharge. So I came here, buzzed us up. Now those people, I don't even think our team's even ready for when we get back home. Now I'm charged as hell, but inside I'm tired as well.
Of course.
So I need my family this weekend. I need my daughter. I need my wife. And that's going to recharge me for that. So when Monday comes, I'm business recharged, I'm soul and who I am
what
recharged.
Comes next?
So these are things that you need to all think about on this journey, so that you can keep yourself strong and to go. But guys, you can all do it. I believe in you, okay? Keep going, don't quit, and just focus on your life.
Sheldon, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
I love having you here. You can count on Bitfunded, like it's your new home now. You can count for us for everything you need. So thank you very much for being here.
Thank you guys. Thank you for allowing us to come here, and obviously just thank you for being very nice. Thank you, and thank you for allowing us to be us and just supporting the vision, allowing me to shoot my content and be part of it, and always being so nice about the whole thing as well. We're about to go hit some golf balls now, some top golf, which will be some fun. But thank you guys for being a vibe, and I back them, guys. I've met the team. I've been behind the scenes. I've used the platform. I've been supporting them for a while, but good people. And as long as people are good people and they have a good reason, and you can see they're driven, like you trust it, that's what we need more of in this world. So me personally, love you guys, and I'd say people should definitely be part of Bitfunded.
Thank you very much, Sheldon. Thank you very much again, and see you next time. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.